Hey guys, it's the JP Show back with episode 3, and we're going to be doing something a little bit different today.
That's right, and the JP Show here, we've always kind of prided ourselves on, well, the last 2 episodes.
Yeah, the last 2
on the fact that we come in here with a topic that we kind of just came up with 5 minutes ago. We know nothing about, 0 research, no factual evidence, and just our ridiculous high school opinions that, we really know nothing about. And we're just a couple of guys here, and we don't know what we're talking about, and it's incredibly boring. And although we're on a track to fame and fortune,
I know, like we already have 3 subscribers. Our last video got 8 views. 8 whole views.
Absolutely. And we actually got our first sponsor too.
Yeah,
but
our very first sponsor.
We decided, so like I was saying, although we've had all this fame and viewers and everything, we've had nothing but negative feedback. And everyone hates the show, except my mom, who said it was nice.
My parents said
that's never a good thing if your mom likes the show.
Yeah, that's a bad thing.
We want to spice things up. We want to make it edgy. We want to bring in some martial arts.
Yes,
and
cage fighting.
Well, and we want to learn. Yeah, we're going to bring in some guests. We're going to make it spicy. We're going to make it edgy, interesting, fun to watch, and something different.
And we're going to bring some new stuff to the table.
Absolutely.
The table right here.
No more of the boring JP Show. This is a whole new.
It is the JP Show !
Absolutely.
It's cool. It's cooler.
And so for this episode, we're going to bring in our sponsor, actually.
Our very special guest.
That's right, Kevin Dong. And these guys are doing something incredible.
Oh, man. Let me tell you, they are a startup business. They're kind of new.
Absolutely. Terrible business.
The business
poorly run.
Is very horrible, but the
concept
behind it is amazing.
It's phenomenal. This business is a political stance. It is incredible what these guys are trying to do.
They are breaking the barrier between female and males.
They're just absolutely knocking down gender walls. These guys are out here making sandwiches, and they're trying to sell.
They have drawn a line in the sand and said no more to women being the ones making the sandwiches.
Absolutely.
Men should get on this too. So they are a bunch of men making sandwiches, supporting us. What
they paid us. They paid us, and that's the thing. They are terribly financed. They pay people, including us, to eat their sandwiches.
Yeah.
I really don't think they've made a dime of profit.
Made any money.
But that's not what matters. These guys are doing something incredible. They're making a political stance.
They are actually making history.
Absolutely, and that's why we're bringing in Kevin Dong. So we will be right back with our first sponsor and first guest on the JP Show here.
Yep,
Kevin Dong.
Don't go anywhere.
We'll see you. So we're back, still waiting on sandwiches. So I guess we're going to talk about other ways we can spice up our show. So we were just talking with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Andrew Prochnow, and he is going to help us out. We're going to organize some unorganized chaos, and we're going to bring in some cage fighters.
Heck yeah. We're going to have cage fights to the death with lightsabers.
We're going to have lightsabers. We're going to have...
Before we get to do that, we have to learn how to use lightsabers and find lightsabers, because... Do you have lightsabers?
We're going to use plastic swords and fight like Knights of the Crusades.
We're
going to do some crazy stuff.
What?
We're going to do some crazy stuff, and we're going to bring in guests, and we're going to fight them. That is the show from now on. This is how I see our future of the JP Show.
JP Show turned into
the fight show.
This turns into like a off-brand MMA show.
Exactly.
But with weapons.
Low budget. We don't even have a budget high enough to have 3 chairs that match.
I wonder why, because our sponsors
are pulling through.
Our sponsor is in jeans and a t-shirt that says NASA.
I wasn't giving the memo today that we were shooting this, so...
Cheap, man. cheap.
See, like our sponsor gives us $5, which is not
how
even
much
half
did
of
you
the
say?
stuff.
We don't even have $5 right now. We're kind of broke. We're going
Exactly. They don't have enough people making
Finances
sandwiches.
of his peanut butter business are absolutely.
Well, a woman is in charge of our financing, so that might explain a little
Well,
bit.
what are you doing
Well,
there?
the men are in charge of the
what's wrong with that?
sandwiches,
We're
so
just
there's the
making
real problem.
sandwiches here.
You can't sell sandwiches if it's a man making them.
Well,
And everyone
we obviously
knows that.
we've been making sales, but our financing is completely off. Just because
you were paying us to eat your sandwiches. You
Yes.
realize that doesn't.
Yeah,
work.
you can't pay people to eat sandwiches. Like you have to
we
be
have
like,
brought
hey.
you on as our sponsor,
Yeah.
and we are going to eat your sandwiches if they ever get here.
they will get
But
here. They will get
So
here.
far,
they at?
you've got.
Okay, so we're still kind of waiting on our. Oh, really? I am just being told that you are understaffed and you don't have enough people to make sandwiches.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is not a lot of men want to make sandwiches. You know.
Yeah,
so
understandable.
we might be understaffed right now. The sandwiches will come. It just might take some time.
Okay, so
We will
I'm
be
starving.
back again.
okay, all right.
We'll catch you in 5.
Hey guys, I hate to bust your bubble, but we got another show going on here in about 3 minutes.
Oh man.
All right, well, I guess that's it.
Yep. Our lack of funding only gives us one of these rooms, so we have to share.
Well, a lot of sense.
Just get a picture of a PB&J on Google and like photo.
I'm eating a big sandwich. No. Well, due to
Okay,
limited
well-
funding and a terrible sponsor, I guess we're not going to
I
be
guess we're
eating peanut
done
butter
here.
sandwiches today. I want to thank you guys for tuning in,
Yep.
all 8 of you.
Yeah, make sure you tune in next time for episode 4.
Outside.
There's a lot of people watching.
That's our fans.
We need to get people like sitting like a studio audience that laughs at everything we say. Like, you know, like they do on sitcoms.
I can hear
like
them
Friends
laughing
and
right
stuff.
now.
That would
I
be
know, you
awesome.
You need to just hook up a
Let's
mic.
mic 'em up.
Mic 'em up outside.
Okay, well, anyways, we're done here. So catch us next time. This was episode 3, so next one, if my math is right, will be episode 4. So catch us next time, and thanks for watching.
Yeah. Dude, this sandwich is butt. There's like not even enough peanut butter. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to episode 4 of the JP Show, where we will break down some unscripted, ridiculous nonsense.
Yeah, and obviously we're in a different studio here, courtesy of our new sponsors that we just picked up, which we'll bring in later in our new sponsor segment.
Yeah, that's right. Don't go anywhere. So, on last week's episode of the JP Show, we promised you sword fighting, and sword play is what we brought to the table. And we have a couple special guests we're going to bring in to discuss some medieval warfare.
Yep, we're going to bring in Mr. Jesse Todd to come in and talk about medieval warfare and anything like that he might know. Then we're going to bring in the man, the myth, and the legend, Andrew Prochnow.
That's right. Today's going to be a great show. It's going to be interesting, and it's going to be a lot of fun, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Mr. Todd. Okay, guys, we're back to episode 4 of the JP Show, here with our first guest of the day, Mr. Todd. So, Mr. Todd, how are you doing today?
Good.
Good, great. So, are you familiar with the JP Show?
Not too much, no.
Not too much. Okay, so a little rundown, I guess. Here at the JP Show, we are just all about unscripted nonsense, and we come up with ridiculous topics, and we bring on random guests, and we like to have a little bit of fun with it. So, question: Joe's a terrible interviewer. Don't listen to him. No, I'm just kidding. I love you. Anyways, if you were to fight in any war in any time, like when would it be? What do you think is like the coolest time?
Well, I would try to aim for a time period that would have the least amount of casualties.
Okay,
So,
sure.
so modern warfare, when you have machine guns and tanks and things, you have a lot higher death tolls in those types of wars.
Absolutely.
So I would aim for the time periods where the chance of dying would be a lot more simpler. Like
Sure.
American Revolution, where you had muskets,
Yeah.
where like they couldn't fire accurately and they were really slow to fire. You almost had time to run away anyway.
Oh yeah.
So
I would argue that that's much more gruesome, though. You know.
Well,
Yeah, 'cause-
those injuries were really bad.
Nasty.
Actually, during
you
the
might
Civil
not
War,
die, but you might wish you did.
there's a lot of amputations during that time period. So you're right, not maybe the nicest in that regard. Medicine hadn't improved too much until after that.
That's no, that.
But I mean,
way.
of course, an arrow would still be better than gunshot wounds.
Absolutely, I
So-
would agree with that.
Well, I don't know because gunshot wound. I heard it's not that bad, depending on
man.
where you get hit.
Well, it depends. Like if it kills you instantly, but I don't know.
I don't know. I
I
think
would
an
like
arrow
to
would
think
hurt
if I
pretty
was the
bad.
guy in the war, like I would be the one in the movies that does the killing and doesn't get killed. You know, like I want to
Yeah.
be the cool one.
Well, that would be the goal, yes.
What would be your weapon of choice?
Weapon of choice?
If any weapon.
Well, I mean, time period wise.
Fictional or real, actually.
Yeah.
Anything.
Anything you want.
Well, I would think handgun, like a pistol, would probably be the easiest to use. I think
Yeah.
sword would take quite a bit of upper body strength, which is
Yeah.
not a strength for me. So probably not the best idea
It looks
for me.
cool though. Like,
It would
I
look
want to be
cool.
one of those guys that could like swing a battle axe. Or,
Well,
that'd be
see, for
cool.
medieval, I would think, do one-handed sword and shield, I think would be the wisest choice.
Yeah.
As opposed
what
to
about a lightsaber?
the lightsaber. I have never been a huge fan of Star Wars.
Really?
No.
You're not a Star Wars fan? Why did we bring you on the show? Unbelievable. Dude doesn't even like Star Wars.
I've seen most of them, but no, never been a crazy fan about it.
So are you like a Star Trek fan, or like not a sci-fi fan at all?
I'm actually a huge fan of Stargate. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the Stargate series.
never
There's
heard
just
of
3 of them. I think they were fantastic. If you have not seen them, you should watch them.
Check them out. You hear them,
so
guys?
as-
Go check
So
out.
as opposed to
Stargate.
being like a movie series like Star Wars, it's TV series. Of course, they had movies to go along with it, so it's more along like the family of Star Trek in a way.
Well, we're gonna have to cut you off right there.
Okay.
I didn't know you were not a Star Wars fan. I'm very disappointed, actually. In fact, yeah, we may have to. Yeah, we're gonna have to cut you off right there. Anyways, thanks for coming on the show,
Yeah,
Mr.
well, thank you
Todd.
for having me.
We appreciate your time.
Yes. Thanks
Yeah.
for coming.
We'll see you next time. Make sure you check out the JP show.
I
On
will
Yes.
do that. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Next up, we'll have Andrew Prochnow, the man, the myth, the legend.
and the expert in
The
medieval
expert.
warfare.
So don't
we'll
go
be right
anywhere.
back.
We'll be back. All right, so we're back. We have Andrew Prochnow here with us, and we're just going to be kind of asking you the same things, going over the same thing as we did with our previous guests. So, Andrew, same question. If you had any time to be in war, any era, when would you choose?
Definitely not modern day. Things are too hectic. I do like medieval warfare because they had things mainly broken up into 3 different things. They'd have the foot soldiers or the cavalry, then they'd have the knights, which were the people on horseback, and then they'd have the archers from behind.
Which one would you want to be?
Archers.
An archer?
An archer.
I like
So you're
bows
the
and
one that
arrows.
just sits back there and
So,
Well,
like,
they did get
slings
action.
the arrows?
so like a modern day sniper type guy.
Yeah, kinda.
Like Chris Kyle.
Except they just like rain down arrows and like
Yeah.
millions of.
They weren't actually that accurate, but they did have a really
They
good
just
rate of fire.
So, are you saying this would be the time that you'd want to be in?
Yeah, probably.
War?
Sweet. So we brought you on because you provided the swords. Thank you for that, by the way.
Yes, very
But
nice.
you seem to know a thing or two about sword fighting, sword play, melee warfare.
Yes.
So what made you interested in this, or what made you pick up on sword fighting?
It's a lot of things. When I was little, I watched obviously like Star Wars and
For sure.
The Princess Bride.
Dude, that is a great movie.
I know, right?
I love The Princess Bride. Shout out to another great movie. Princess Bride. The book is better. We argued about this earlier, but the book is definitely better.
The book has a better storyline, but the movie is better for like, hey, I'm down and I just want to cheer up. Just watch the movie.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Okay. Anyways, go
Okay,
on.
I think that's enough of the lightsaber, Parker.
Okay.
You're
It's
gonna hurt someone.
so fun to play with, though.
You're gonna hurt someone.
Sorry.
It's okay. All right, continue.
Then also stuff like Lord of the Rings. Those kind of got me into sword fighting a bit. Those are more, if you guys don't know, there's two different styles of sword fighting. There's more of like a cinematic movie kind of thing, which is where they do all the flares, like the spinning of the swords
Right.
and then wide attacks.
Sure.
And then there's more historical, which is they keep everything tight,
Real.
protect themselves, and do quick. They don't want to drag on the battle.
See, if I were to fight in any time, I would want to be a gladiator
Oh, really?
in ancient Rome. Like, that would be the coolest thing ever. Or be a samurai. I was watching The Last Samurai the other week, and man, that is
So
cool.
you're
Mostly just
basing
because,
it off of a movie.
basically just because Tom Cruise is,
He's a good-looking
he's
guy.
incredibly sexy. I am
I'd do
big Tom
samurai
Cruise.
just so
Yeah.
I could have the samurai bun and it wouldn't be weird.
Yeah, same.
He's getting there.
I'm
That's what
trying to
he's
grow
working
out
on.
like a samurai bun, like
Yeah.
Tom Cruise had in The Last Samurai. But oh man, they have like those curved swords. Those are so
Katana?
fun. Katanas,
And
yeah,
then they'd have the Dado and Shoto.
yeah. That would be sweet to have. Yeah, for sure. So, well, Andrew, we
Yeah.
appreciate you coming on today.
Yeah, that's all we really have for you,
Yeah,
though.
we really appreciate the unique insight to medieval warfare.
Yeah, pretty neat.
We're gonna have to go out sometime and spend some time sword fighting because it's for sure a lot of fun. So
For sure.
You guys might like LARP.
LARP.
LARP, live action role play. It's basically you spend a weekend or something dressed up as medieval characters, and you get to come up with your own character, your backstory. It's kind of like live action D&D, and then towards the end of it, after you get to meet everyone else, you all have these. This is actually a LARP sword.
So you
they're
get to
both-
fight
Cut
people with that
yourself,
sword?
careful.
So I get to take people and hit them with the sword.
Yep.
All right, I'm down. Sign me up. Let's go LARPing.
I think the nearest one is probably in Salina or Wichita. I don't remember which one, but
Okay, well, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yep.
I guess that is our cue
Yep,
to wrap
that's our
things
cue
up
to
here.
wrap it up here, so,
this has been episode 4 of the JP Show. We will be right back with our last segment with the sponsor.
Yep, we'll
So,
be talking with our sponsors
That's right.
next.
So
So
we'll be right back.
we will be
Thanks
back.
for tuning. Okay, guys, we're back with our segment with our sponsors, and today we have Miss Kennedy Holstein with the
Bread jammers.
Bread Jammers.
Bread jammers.
So, I guess, I don't know why, but for some reason, the peanut butter jelly sandwich businesses sure seem to like to sponsor our show. So,
Yeah.
if you haven't noticed, we're in a new studio here today for this
Yeah.
episode of the JP
Looks
Show.
good.
So, special thanks to our sponsors for.
Yep, they got this
Providing.
for us,
Yeah.
so thank you.
You're well. It was
So, how are things in the industry?
well. It's a little hard right now. We've got some stiff competition going on,
I've noticed. Yeah.
but we're gonna pull through because women persevere. So
Is that
Well,
right?
yeah,
So-
we were talking to the guys last time, and they suck, so
They have.
I think you
they
guys
have
should
some
be
of the
okay.
worst sandwiches I've ever tasted.
I felt their bread and it was really crusty.
It
It's
is.
crusty.
it's very
for sure.
bad.
Yeah.
So, how are you guys gonna? I mean, you guys haven't marketed to the high school audience yet, I guess.
We haven't. We're trying some things. We actually have some specials coming up.
Specials?
Hopefully this weekend. We're thinking.
So like, so you're more of like a weekend.
Yeah,
kind of
we're
capitalizing
if we get
the
enough
Saturday
business,
night kind of
Yeah.
vibes. Okay.
we're trying to maybe kind of take over the high school soon.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Really, so like
hostile.
weekdays.
Yeah, weekdays. Yeah, we're gonna overthrow them. That's
Really?
Well, they have
Wow.
actually, since our last episode, and I'm pretty sure it's totally us that has
Yeah.
contributed to their fame, but their business has taken off.
it.
Yeah,
I have
They
noticed.
have
Yeah.
made a lot of money, and they've sold a lot of sandwiches, and their sandwiches are still terrible. They are not good.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how why people buy them.
They're
They just
incredibly
must be.
successful. So,
But I think if we bring back our good bread and good
good sandwiches.
Yeah, our good sandwiches.
They're better sandwiches.
They're better. They really are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, you're more relying on like the quality.
Yeah,
over
we
the quantity.
Yeah, we don't want to serve bad sandwiches. We want people to get the bang for their buck.
Yeah, that's exactly opposite of what the guys
They are just in it for the money
Yeah,
and
they're
attention.
really chewing.
They've sold me 2 heels same day.
See,
It makes it.
Two
You know what we do?
bread
We throw out the
sandwich.
heels. No heels for our
See,
sandwiches.
yeah.
That is impressive.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming in, and we really want to thank you for your sponsorship for our new studio
Yes.
here. We're trying things out. So far, it's ran great. It's been smooth.
Yep.
It's been a nice
Pretty
episode
good.
here.
You know what? Anything you guys need, you just holler at us.
Holler at you.
All
Okay.
right.
If you guys
Will
need some
do.
sandwiches, we'll bring in the good
Yes.
sandwiches.
Okay. Well, we'll have to
Can't
hold you
wait
to
to
that
try 'em
next
out.
time.
We
All
will.
right. Well, thanks for coming in, and thank you guys for watching episode 4 of the JP Show. We will catch you next week. Andrew with the swipe. Oh, there it is. Oh, you got it.